topic. It is just to make sure everyone is here now in the present state. Warm welcome everyone once again. Very good morning, good evening, based on wherever you are. Let us keep today's session interactive, just like any other sessions. It's not a lecture, it is sharing of the knowledge from different perspectives. Right? We are all sharing whatever we think and whatever we have experienced, of course. Today's topic, a very important one, because this is about the cause of our existence. From where it is coming, let's see. The topic is Panchakleshas, the 5 afflictions of the mind that have caused our existence. Many a times these Panchakleshas, the 5 afflictions, are taken negatively in general in society. But let's explore what exactly they are. Let me share my screen. Okay. Panchakleshas, the 5 mental afflictions, are said to be the cause or foundation of our very existence. There are many people who have completed just now AYTT, Assistant Yoga Teachers Training course. Anyone would like to share those 5 kleshas, Panchakleshas, the names of Panchakleshas? Sorry, madam, I cannot hear you.
Raaga, Dvesha, avidya, asmitha, abhinivesha.
Yes, wonderful.
Raaga is attachment, avidya is ignorance, abhinivesha.
Yes. Wonderful, madam. Thank you. So it's coming from Sadhana Pada of Yoga Sutras, written by Patanjali Maharshi. Sutra number 2.3. Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha. These are the 5 kleshas. We will focus on one more sutra. There are many sutras in between 2.3 and 2.13, but we will just focus on these 2. What does 2.13 say? Sati mule tadvipako jati ayur bhogaha. As long as these 5 kleshas exist, the traces of 5 kleshas exist, there has to be 3 things. As long as these kleshas are there, 3 things will happen. What are they? Birth will take place, or rebirth will take place into some species. Lifespan is defined, and then experience of pleasure and pain happen. So birth is fixed based on the kleshas, lifespan is fixed, and total amount of experience of pleasure and pain for that particular life, which we call prarabdha karma. That is fixed already. So the root of it all, the prarabdha karma, is all coming from these 5 elements, the 5 afflictions. Let's see. These are the 5 kleshas. Avidya, as Krishnaji said, it's ignorance, the very first one. At a high level, ignorance of reality or wrong understanding of the reality. Asmita. We generally call it as ego, but I would like to use the better word, identity, because ego has got a lot of negative vibes towards it, but it's more of identity. Raaga, desires. Dvesha, aversions, hatredness. Abhinivesha, this is a term that's not generally used. Its meaning is fear of death. There is always the first preference towards survival. There is some instinct with all animals, that is survival, fear of death, insecurity. Anyone would like to share anything on these at a high, any of your experiences, or if you have associated with any of these five elements, basically, like I feel more connected to Asmita or Dvesha, Raga, Abhinivesha, Avidya. Which one do you think has maximum impact on us?
Everything starts only from avidya.
Everything.
Starts only from avidya. Avidya is the most.
Avidya is the root cause of it. Everything. Yes.
Asmita.
Asmita. More connecting word. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you.
Asmita, sir.
Asmita. All right. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Wonderful. All right. It's just what we are connecting to. Let's see a little bit deeper aspects of them. What exactly is each one of them? We'll start from Asmita, from the right side. Asmita or ego, that we generally call, or in other words, I amness. Whatever I think I am is my Asmita, my ego, my existence. Right? So these are the emotions and sensations linked to my identity, my self-image. I have some image about myself, my pride, my personality, overall personality. And what are the emotions associated here? The pride, I do this, I know that, I am this, I am that, the power, position, fame, wealth, and all. Arrogance. Along with all these things, arrogance comes by default. As somebody says, as I climb the mountain, a dog follows me. That's nothing but my ego, arrogance. Insecurity, along with the ego, it's very much closely related with insecurity. There is abhinivesha part of it. They are just the opposite of it. The more the asmita, the more the abhinivesha. The more the identity I have about this form, the more the fear of losing it. So that insecurity feeling will be there because of the ego, whenever the ego is threatened. Embarrassment, same thing, whenever self-image is damaged. Jealousy, rooted in comparison, grudges, etc. And then second one is raga. We'll go in the clockwise direction. Raga is desires, attachment to the pleasure, basically. It's opposite. That is resistance to pain is dvesha. Here it is attachment to the pleasure. What are the important sensations and emotions? Craving, we can say longing, attachment, longing for something or someone, excitement, anticipating the pleasure. That itself is a big raga. Greed, wanting more and more, lust, And of course, desire for sensual experiences. I want to experience tasty food, beautiful sight, soothing music, good fragrance, good touch, sensations. Desire for good feelings, emotions, relationships, and fulfillment. This is about ego and desires. A raga, desires, its opposite is dvesha. Whatever is here on the right side will have opposite of it with dvesha. What's it? It's avoidance of pain or resistance to the pain. The emotions that are connected are rejection, dislikes, avoidance, anger, pushing away whatever is unwanted, disgust, repulsion, inconvenience, hatredness, resentment, irritation, frustration, they're all related to aversion, dvesha. And then let us come to abhinivesha, the fear of death. These are rooted in insecurity, basically. Insecurity, anxiety, and instinct to survive, which is the very first need of this body. At any cost, it wants to survive. That's very first need in any circumstance. What are the key emotions? The fear, of course, fear of death, and also the fear of loss, the fear of unknown, etc. Anxiety or uncertainty, insecurity, threat to stability, worries, panics. These are some of the emotions that we can relate to. And then comes avidya. As Sir said, avidya is the a root cause of all this. It starts with avidya, ignorance. Why asmita or related abhinivesha or raga or dvesha? It's all because of avidya. It's all because of ignorance. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of reality. Misunderstanding the nature of reality, which leads to distorted perceptions. What are those distorted perceptions? That I am this body, I am so and so, that identity, that personality we relate to. Confusion, indifference, delusion, etc. Mainly delusion, the last one is very important. It's the mistaken reality. What are the mistaken realities? The world is impermanent. Everything in us, inside us, outside us, is impermanent. Still, there is a perception or wrong understanding that it is all permanent. We behave as if everything is permanent and we are planning for it. And then there is anatma. There is no individual anywhere. It's all happening on its own. Let us say about it a little later. But still, I think I am doing it. I am the doer. I am the knower. Asat. Sat versus asat. Satya versus asatya. We believe everything that I perceive is the truth. But in reality, it is not as it appears to be. And dukkha, as Patanjali Maharaj says in one more sutra, every experience leads to dukkha. Be it pleasant experience, be it unpleasant experience, it leads to dukkha. Understanding it is very essential. These are some of the realities, but until we experience it, we will not be able to understand it. That's the tricky part of it. So we are identifying with the other four elements. Other four elements are coming because of the ignorance about reality. Because this mind is not designed to understand the reality as it is. Unfortunately, we don't have a sensory organ to understand it. Because of that reason, so much of effort is being put. Let's move on. Let's explore slightly. It's all about technicalities, whatever we discussed so far. We'll get into some sort of exploration. Who am I? In general, maybe we can have a couple of comments on what do you think? Who am I? In one word, each one of you probably can describe yourself. What do you think? Who you are?
Yeah, spirit soul.
We are souls or spirits.
I am an Atma, sir. His body is not real.
We are
Atma is the real. So that is, I am means Atma only.
Atma only. Thank you. Krishna ji, you have raised your hand.
He is Krishna, sir. Krishna connected with Krishna, so soul.
It's Krishna. Okay. Wonderful. So nice. All
Sir,
right.
it is conscious being, sir. Conscious being.
Conscious being. Wonderful, sir. Thank you. Let me keep it simple. Okay, all these things, I don't disagree. They're all perfectly fine and well and good. Okay, Rahul ji, a small piece of matter in the infinite universe. Wonderful. Yes. I agree with all your points. Absolutely no doubt about it. But let me start with my own perception. Very simple things. Right? Because I have not seen Atma, I have not seen Krishna, I have not seen Spirit, etc. From modern science perspective or psychology perspective, what I understand, right? I am my identities, whatever I am identified with, right? I am a person, I am a man, my name is so and so, my profession is so and I have my own perceptions, my own belief systems, right? I have different beliefs about everything, value system about everything. I have my own guesses. This is so and so. I have my own views about opinions, judgments, habit patterns. I know this, I know that, the knowledge part of it. I do this, I do that, my capabilities. I am this, I am that, whatever I perceive I am, whatever I think I am, status, power, fame, whatever the status I have, whether in my family or society or in the world, the power, the fame, overall, a personality. I am a personality identified with above qualities overall. I have this body, I can't deny. I have this mind, I can't deny. I have all these qualities. If somebody doesn't agree with my belief, I don't agree with that person. I just have different opinion with that person. About the judgments, my judgments are right. But I think that's why I make those judgments, or I feel that they are the better ones. And I know my capabilities, I know what I know, all these things, right? In general. So overall, I am a personality identified with all above qualities. This is I. Is there anything else that you feel exists? I might have missed a few. But I would say. Of course, I not put anything that I don't know. Like for example, Atma, spirit, consciousness, or Krishna, or anything it could be. Because I don't know.
The
All
world,
right.
the world exists.
Sorry, sir.
The world exists.
It doesn't exist.
No, no, the world. See, you asked, is there anything else that you feel exists?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You are answering to that question. Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. And then my experiences, let's relate with two things, only two things: emotions in the mind, the thoughts, emotions in the mind, and sensations on the body. There is nothing else to experience. All other things are imagination. Whatever I feel from this body and from these senses, I experience. Whatever I feel from the mind, they are my emotions. They are the only experiences we have. That too only in the present moment. All other things we call experiences, they are coming from the memory. They are just our perceptions, distorted facts that are stored in the memory. But, okay, here are my experiences, and these will keep on going. Okay. Moment to moment, they will keep changing, be it the mind states or the sensations. The question is this body, whatever I have, is it an experience or is it I? Whatever the mind I have, is this just an experience or really is it I? Just for contemplation, no need to answer it. Because I know about my mind, I have not opened it in the laboratory and seen what it is. Whatever I know about my mind is through the thoughts that arise in the mind, the emotions that happen in the mind, nothing else. And whatever the body I think or I know about is from these sensations, sensing the body through the skin or through the touch, through the eyesight, ears, smell, taste. Through these sensations, I have understood the body in a certain way. Is this an experience, just an experience, or is it I, really I? Let's explore. Okay, let's move on. We'll come to the hot topic, ego trip. The moment you think you are better than others is the moment you need to check your ego. Said by many people, I think. So it's anonymous. So I have explained whatever I am, right? All those beliefs, perceptions, thoughts, judgments, and all those things. They are nothing but my ego, my identity. I can't deny. I can't deny I have beliefs. I can't deny I have my own opinions. I can't deny I have a body. I can't deny I have a mind. Let's see. Ego trip. Remember, you are on an ego trip whenever you feel like desire for communicating something to someone. I know this. This is known only to me from my experience or from some of my sources. It's demonstration of ego, desire for sharing the information, advising others, trying to change others, correcting others, convincing others, pleasing others, getting the validation, desiring the validation from others, recognitions, likes, problem solving, and fixing everything, desire to prove something to someone, demonstrating the skills, possessions, knowledge, power, fame, one's abilities, relationships, whatever I possess. Right? Seeking, always grasping, accumulating them, possessing them, consuming, desire for controlling and regulating, doing and doership. I do this, I do that. Knowing and knowership, that knowledge. I know this, I know that. I am the doer, I am the knower, I am the experiencer. I am this, I am that. We carry it all, right, all the time. Ego trip, such a big burden we are all carrying. There is a saying which says, an ordinary person fights with the ego of others in the world, while a meditator keeps fighting with the ego of oneself. If I know I am on big ego trip, I'll be fighting with myself, with my own ego, not with the ego of others. There is no other to fight, right? When we are trying to convince others, when we are trying to change others, when I carry the ego of knowledge or abilities or whatever I have, it is just purely a fight between me and my ego, whatever it is. What do you think? Just few thoughts. Like what can be done with ego? Because it's, I showed what all I am, and then this ego arises. What do we do about it? If we don't do something about it, you saw that picture. I am carrying my own weight, and it is so heavy. What is the way out? Let's go with our regular approach. Again, no imaginations, no guesses, everything, whatever we experience in this present moment. The foundations of experiencing ego and desires. First thing, ego and desire. We are taking two important things. Ego is directly connected to insecurity, that is Abhinivesha. Desire is directly connected to Dvesha, that is aversion. And of course, with ignorance, we cannot approach it directly. So, ego and desire are mostly covering all aspects. Ego and desire itself is not a problem. That is how we are all surviving. That's how we are all designed. The brain is designed to work that way. But the problem is experiencing them unconsciously. Let's see, let's explore that. And how do we experience them consciously? Just developing awareness about my own ego, about my own desire, with a sense of presence in this moment. Inquiring, exploring, investigating that ego, not fighting with it, but exploring it, investigating it, ego and desires, accepting them, allowing and letting them be, not fighting with them. This is the general one that we are practicing with everything. It goes with ego and desires as well. Recognizing the ego and desires, accepting, exploring, acknowledging, and letting them be. Okay? The practice, here is the practice will at a high level. What is the life cycle of ego and desire? In this moment, let's explore. If I am sitting comfortably, is there a desire or an ego? When I am fully conscious, usually, most of the time, there will not be any ego or desire. Recognizing that state, desire and ego are absent at this moment, but they are bound to come, they are bound to arise after some time. Recognizing whenever ego or desire arise, and then recognizing its continuation for some time. It could be few seconds or few hours, and then desire or the ego that has arisen will pass away. It will definitely pass away after some time. Recognizing when it passes away, and then recognizing the state of the mind when it has passed. These are the 5 stages, only 5 stages with all ego and desire. Every ego and desire has to go through this cycle. Our job is to simply recognize it. As Eckhart Tolle says, the moment you become aware of the ego in you, it is strictly no longer the ego, but it just becomes an old habit pattern of the mind. Ego almost always implies unawareness, lack of awareness. And this awareness, along with the presence, and ego cannot coexist. You can explore it. We get carried away by our personality, by our ego or desire. But when we are fully aware, we don't get carried away by them. We recognize them. Here is a tip. Every thought or emotion or an action is usually associated with either an ego or a desire. Our job is to recognize it. And instead of feeling bad or feeling burdened, we will start laughing because of those thoughts. We will explore it. What happens when we practice it and when we recognize that desirelessness and egolessness? There is a sense of contentment in the mind, peacefulness, calmness, stillness in the body. Whenever those states arise, the states of desirelessness and egolessness, there is a sense of equanimity, of freedom in this moment. No worries about the past because we are in the present. No anxiety about future, no expectations, no seeking, grasping, possessing, controlling, judging, defensiveness. Just accepting, allowing, letting go, and feeling that sense of freedom. As Rumi says it so nicely, I had thousands of desires. In one desire of seeing you, all the desires melted away. Sorry, I should not have put the statement here. I don't know who it is. Who is that you? We'll go there in the next slide. Okay. understanding the experience of ego and desires. First of all, what is an experience? Just to save the time, I'll go ahead. Experience is always in this moment, not from the memory, whatever the experience we are talking about here. In this present moment, I experience. What are its components? In the space of experience, there is an overall event or environment or situation or stimulus. Within that, there are sensations in the body. In this moment also, there are sensations in the body. And there are emotions in the mind and thoughts in the mind. Body means it includes breath as well. And there is some kind of impulse to perform activities. But at a high level, there are experiences in this body, the sensations, and in the mind, the thoughts, emotions, impulses. Is there anything else we experience? Let me know if anybody finds out. Okay. The only two elements we have is one is mind, another is body. Whatever we experience in the mind, we call it thoughts and emotions, and whatever we experience in the body, we call it as sensations. Breath is also a sensation. Next, here are the intentions. Anyway, we are experiencing ego and desires, right? They are bound to come and they are coming and going. We have two options. Either we can continue to experience them without awareness, or we can direct ourselves to try and bring awareness with them. There are the only two options. Whenever we experience unconsciously, the suffering takes place. It is actually suffering the experience. We are suffering the ego, suffering the desire, or experience consciously and feel the sense of freedom. There is a sense of freedom when we are alert and experiencing it directly. We'll explore it. At this moment itself, let's see. What experience do I have at this moment? By experience, I would say experience of ego or desire. Whenever it arises, the moment I recognize that ego or desire or aversion or insecurity, fear of death, there is a sense of freedom at this moment, as soon as there is clarity. So what is important is clarity of awareness of ego and desire. Not resisting it. Ego is not a bad word or it's not a bad element. Let's remember that's the reason because of which we exist. Desire is the reason because of which we exist. We are born because of those ego, desires, ignorance, etc. Let's consider it as an identity. Yes, identity has arisen in me. It is trying to enhance its image or improve the identity, whatever it is. We start laughing at it. Otherwise, we'll be craving for it if we are not conscious about it. And can we explore it with the various types of ego and desires that we keep getting every day? in the form of thoughts, emotions, sensations, and actions, moment to moment. This is the one that we discussed last time also. There are two elements mainly: presence and awareness. Being present in this moment and being aware of the ego and desire at this moment. That gives a sense of freedom, a sense of ananda. There is ananda in simply recognizing the direct experience and in simply being, explore it. Okay, I think this is the last slide. Once again, what is an experience? We saw this. And then, who am I? I am the one experiencing, right? There is an experience, and I am the one experiencing it. My identities, there is my personality, perceptions, beliefs, values, guesses, views, opinions, habit patterns, automatic judgments, knowledge, actions. I am this, I am that, status, power, fame, etc. This is what is happening, whatever is there in the left side in my world. Now, something beyond this world that you all said, like transcendence from ego and desires to so-called Brahmana or Nirvana or Atma, Paramatma, or a Brahma, whatever you call it, Krishna. Here comes again Rumi. I had 1,000 desires. In one desire of seeing you, all the desires melted away. It happens with all of our activities. Whenever we want to accomplish something, and when there is desire to accomplish it, intense desire to accomplish it, then we forget about all other desires. We forget about even eating, sleeping. We keep doing it. Same thing is true with this transcendence also. This transcendence, Jagat Mithya, whatever I am identifying, whatever I am calling as I, whatever is my experiencing, that's Jagat, which is Mithya. Only Brahmana is Satya on the right hand side, which is Nitya, eternal. Nirguna doesn't have any qualities. Nirakara doesn't have any shape, etc. Nirvana, almost nothing. The absolute truth. There's nothing else. I am Brahman. Jagat Mithya. Only Brahman is Satya. What is my Jagat? Whatever I think I am. Whatever this mind thinks I am is Jagat. Awareness of direct experience as it is, it breaks open the bondages of ego and desires. Awareness is more important, not the experience. Experience can be good, bad, convenient, inconvenient, anything. But awareness is more important. Awareness of ego, awareness of desire. Ego and desires are not important. Awareness of ego and desires is important.
Sir, awareness is also experience, right?
That's a good question, sir. There is an experience. It appears like there is an experience I am recognizing that experience, that recognition of experience, we can call it as awareness in the body mind construct, because there few elements are coming: recognition, and then we understand it. The mind automatically understands as soon as the experience happens, that perception arises, and then there are sensations that arise. All these together, we can call it as awareness in the body mind construct. But of course, as you say, here just the opposite is taking place. Like, I think because of the experience, awareness is happening, but awareness is happening. This experience is happening in the awareness itself, or in overall consciousness. So let's not get into those things which we don't understand. It's all intellectual thing. Here what we are trying to do is recognizing the ego and desire. Just recognizing. No hi-fi philosophy. Yes, ego has arisen. I recognize it. I explore it. I acknowledge it. I let it be. Desire has arisen. I recognize the desire, explore it, acknowledge it, let it be. If we go anything beyond that, it's really, again, mind's game, and it might take us into imagination. When there is clarity of recognition, let's sit comfortably with a sense of openness, with a sense of presence, noticing at this moment what is the mind state. Agitation or calmness. Is there a desire? Is there an ego? If there is no desire or ego, clearly understanding there is no desire or ego at this moment. Of course, there may be agitation, there may be calmness. Clearly recognizing it as it is, not trying to make out the experience. I want to experience this, I want to experience that. It is experiencing whatever is here, now, at this moment. Clearly recognizing it. And then moving the attention to the breath. Can I recognize the breath? Is the breath coming in or going out at this moment? There is breath coming in, I can feel it, sense it. It's going out, I can feel it, sense it. It is an experience of the breath coming in. started moving out. Coming in, going out, recognizing. Whenever this clarity of awareness is there, clarity of the breath is there is no chance for ego or desire or any thoughts. As soon as the awareness drops, the presence drops, the thoughts arise, ego arises, desires arise. Our job is to recognize whenever they arise. Accepting that the desire has arisen. The desire to say something to someone has arisen. The desire to consume something has arisen. The desire of gaining the knowledge, acquiring it, accumulating it has arisen. It could be any type of desire. Clearly recognizing it. And then recognizing whenever it passes away. It might pass away after 5 seconds, or after 5 minutes, or after 5 hours. When we check back, recognizing, yes, that desire is no more, the ego is no more. And again, at this moment, the desire is not there, ego is not there. This state of egolessness, desirelessness, whenever it arises, when it is recognized, there is a sense of presence, there is a sense of awareness, of simply being. It's not about doing. There is no other. Whatever is experienced is my Jagat at this moment. Even though everything is changing, every experience is changing, there is something that is present that never arises, never passes away. It's always here. Simply being that I am, beyond all my identities. It is simply being, the presence itself. Pure awareness, not awareness of something. It's a powerful state. It is nirguna. No qualities can explain it. But it is not unconscious. There is beingness. It cannot be intellectualized. Simply being in the state for a few moments every day greatly benefits. On one side we have Jagat, my identity, my knowledge, my personality, which can be easily recognized. My ego, my desires. On the other side we have pure presence and awareness, which is not personal to me, which is not personal to anything that I identify as I. It's beyond the construct of the mind and the body. Nowhere to go, nothing to see, simply being. Recognizing both the worlds. It's easier to recognize whatever is on the left hand side. That itself is good enough. And then being aware of whatever is on the right hand side. And allowing the transcendence to happen. What do I identify with? Do I identify with my ego and desires? Or do I identify with Nitya, Nirguna, Nirakara? It's the contemplation that continues. It is the fight where I amness dies its death. I am liberated from myself completely. Liberating from the Kleshas. Slowly moving the attention to the physical body. Noticing the legs, sensing them, feeling them, the hands, the front portion of the body, the abdomen, chest, throat, face, The back side of the body, lower back, upper back, shoulders, neck, head. Feeling this whole body, taking a deep breath in. Feeling the whole body, breathing out. Feeling the whole body, breathing in once again. Scanning the body from bottom to top. Scanning the body from top to bottom, breathing out. With this wider awareness, expanded attention, lifting both the hands up, rubbing the palms with each other, keeping the palms under eyes, feeling the warmness of palms. And by looking into the palms, slowly opening the eyes. What's comfortable?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Next session.
Thank you.
Everything.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jess. Thank
We
you.
have one more page just about the home practices. How do we do all these things? Right? It's very easy to understand it intellectually. What helps is experientially practicing it. It's not about sitting for meditation, it is simply living our life, but following this calendar. I call it as experiences calendar. So the mind states of ego and desires arise, right? And whenever there are no ego and desires in the mind, recognizing those moments. It could be there immediately after you wake up, or it could be there whenever you are very conscious. Counting them. 1, 2, 3, for example, here there is a sample data, 3 in a day, and updating it. In the same way, counting of arising of ego or desire, recognizing the number of arising of desires. How many desires arise in a day? There are thousands, but can we recognize at least few of them, 5 of them in a day? In the same way, counting of the desires that we recognize, they're passing away. Whatever the desire arises, it passes away. Can we recognize that passing away in a day? There are thousands of desires that arise and pass away, but can we recognize at least 4 or 5? And then counting of recognized ego and desires at the time of having food. We take food many times, right? Including water, at least 10 to 12 times maybe. Whenever we are drinking water, or drinking tea or coffee or any food, can we just check what is my desire state? What is my ego at that moment? Just recognizing, not documenting what desire I had. No, just recognizing. Out of 10 or 12 times, can I recognize few times what my desire or ego was? I'll share it in the WhatsApp group. It has very small characters. And then in the same way, can I recognize my ego desires just before sleeping, immediately after waking up? If I remember and if I check back, recognize something, just write it in the experiences calendar. This helps us to tune our mind towards recognizing and relating to our ego and desires. It is self-awareness, self-study, swadhyaya, nothing about others. Anyway, desires. Every normal human being will have thousands of desires. Normal human being will have thousands of egoistic thoughts every day. Here, what we are doing is we are just trying to recognize that itself gives a lot of emotional stability and overall mental well-being. Okay. That's it I wanted to cover. Thank you very much. We are late by about 10 minutes. Any other comments? Anything else you would like to share, please? Most welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. One of the best sessions for me, this one. And now I'm not ashamed to say that I am egoistic. I thought I don't have
Yes.
an ego. And this, to a certain extent, there is ego, and your suggestions will definitely help work on them. So thank you very much.
It is like having the superiority complex. Yeah, I am a great person. I know this. I know that. That is ego because we identify with it. In the same way, inferiority. No, I don't know anything. Many people are better than me in all aspects. That inferiority complex. That is also ego because that is our identity. That's how we are identifying with ourselves.
For me, I think I just.
Person.
For me, I think I will give instructions that things have to be done this way.
Yeah, that's everyone is doing. That's its general thought. That every normal human being will get whatever I had listed out there.
Especially to
Not
the
from
children.
books. And then
Sir.
I am a good person. Right? This is such big ego. I am a nice person. I am a compassionate person. I do so much of donations. I am such a good person. It is nothing but ego. Yes, sorry, somebody was saying something. Venkatesh, sir?
Yes, sir, very good session, sir. Thank you, sir. Why specifically you considered ego and desires only? Why not ego and say desires and fears and anger and those points also when we are trying to keep one side of the matter and the other side is the awareness, present awareness.
Yes, sir, that's a good point, sir. Actually, what I thought was uh, all these mind states will arise, and it's only about identifying them. For example, if the ego is high, the higher the ego, the insecurity will also be high. The higher the raga, the dvesha will also be high. And they are very much related. We are just using the terms raga, dvesha for our own worldly convenience. Other than that, there is not much of a difference I feel between them because I want this very badly. It just means it's opposite. I don't want. It's the root is ego only. Root is raga only. Because of raga, dvesha has also happened. And because of Dvesha, Raaga has also happened. That is, I never want to come across this situation that Dvesha has happened. And if it doesn't happen, then I'll be happy about it. That Raaga automatically comes up. But otherwise, your point is very valid, sir. We should consider all 5 Kleshas, definitely, if at all possible. But considering the time and the effort that we can put, it's a little easier to identify from 1 or 2 aspects. And then, of course, whenever there is a dvesha, hatredness, we can relate it to aversions and desires and ego. Very much related. Just to
Thank you, sir.
simplify it, I have put, sir. Otherwise, there is nothing else. They're all, for me, they all look same.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for clarifying. Yeah.
Very good point.
Yeah. Sir, one more very quick question, sir. Now, yeah, we are talking about awareness, and if we are aware of mainly present awareness, if we try to follow, at the same time, our mind is also having thoughts and actions and desires and many, as you said, emotions and thoughts and sensations on the body. So what is happening is looking at these things, thoughts, emotions, and sensations as a third person, to make this as as you said, be aware of those things. So as a means is how to practice it, sir. It's so difficult to be aware of my own thoughts, be aware of my own emotions, and hey, I am angry. Hey, that means actually what is happening is we'll be fighting on that. So at the same time, how can I be aware of it? It is a difficult task, but how to practice it, sir, or how to move in the right direction?
May I say?
That's a good point, sir.
Controlling all those things, the meditation is the best solution, sir. I think.
Formal meditation greatly helps, sir, in
Yes,
this
yes.
one. Because in
Meditation
formal
is the
meditation,
best.
we don't have any other work other than observing these things. Because when it happens it is like net practice. If I want to learn how to play the bouncers, I cannot go to the ground and play it in the match. I'll have to practice in the net and ask the bowler to continuously give bouncers so that I can practice. A formal meditation practice definitely helps, and probably you might be doing it, sir. And then for me, it looks like this, sir. When I sit, whenever some experience happens in the mind, some mind state arises, there is actually there is an experience of mind state arising, or awareness of the experience of mind state, be it anger or anything. There is sensation. There is actually only an awareness of the experience of the sensation is arising, that is passing away. There is no I there. It is not like I am experiencing the ego, or I am experiencing the anger. Actually, it's just an experience that is happening. I am identifying with it, that I am doing it.
Yes, sir.
Right, sir? The
Sir,
moment
awareness of body sensations is a little easier, but awareness of thoughts and emotions
yes, definitely. Right.
is
It is third layer. Okay. Physical body is the first one, and then comes sensations, the pranic body, and the mind is a little deeper. Third one, and we get carried away. As you said, sir, most of the time, if there are 1,000, for example, 1,000 emotions in a day, there are many more than that, around say 10,000 emotions per day. Our goal is not to identify 1,000 of them, sir. Our goal is just to identify few of them, 10 of them, 20 of them. That's good enough. It will show us the path. That's good enough. I don't need to play all the bouncers. In the net practice, I just need few of the bouncers, and if I can hit it, that's it. I don't need to solve everything in a day, whatever the sensation I'm experiencing, whatever the mind state I'm experiencing. It is just currently we may be aware about 2 or 3% of our mind states. If we can increase it to about 10%, that's a big one, and that will start showing us the path. It will make tremendous difference in the way we approach towards them, towards ourselves. In the sense.
Sure, sir.
Very
Thank you, sir.
valid points, sir. They are very valid points. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing. These
Yeah,
are
thank
all, as you said, most of the time we get carried away by our ego and desires, and other kleshas also, throughout our life. And most of the people will not recognize even one of them. And of course, most of the animals anyway, they don't even have the capability to recognize. But human beings also, most of them will not recognize. But here we have an opportunity, somehow because of the internet, because of so many things, we have got that idea that we should at least recognize them. And then
Yes, sir.
that shows that awareness itself shows the path. Awareness is the Guru. Arive Guru.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank you, sir. Let's continue on this path
Yes, sir.
together
Yes, sir.
of awareness and being present.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sorry, one of the questions I had to skip because it was getting delayed. The more we talk about awareness and the presence, the more the confusion. So it's not about discussing or talking about it. It's not intellectual. It's just experiential. That's why I just started with meditation. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for your insightful contribution.
Thank you, sir.
Every point you mentioned is 100% true. I just took my approach about explaining who I am and the reality. Thank you, sir. All right, we are already a little late. We'll take just a couple of minutes break and then start Canada session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.